Jetstar for 39, Gate Golf for 2 taxi via Foxtrot, Victor, Juliet, Sierra.
Gate Golf 42 via Foxtrot, Victor, Juliet, Sierra, Jetstar 439.
New Zealand 125, Gate Echo 9er taxi via Echo, Victor, uniform.
Gate Echo 9er via Echo, Victor, uniform. New Zealand 125.
All aircraft be advised information Yankee now current QNH 09er 97.
Jetstar 796, Gate Golf for 5, request pushback.
Jetstar 740, Gate Golf 5 for taxi via Foxtrot, Victor, Juliet.
Gate Golf 5 for via Foxtrot, Victor, Juliet, Jetstar 740.
Jetstar 796, Melbourne ground, pushback and engine start approved, face west.
Pushback and engine start approved, face west, Jetstar 796. Jetstar 796, request taxi to the active.
Jetstar 796. Runway tree for taxi via Yankee Alpha Kilo.
Runway 34 taxi via Yankee Alpha Kilo Jetstar 796.
Qantas 690, Gate Delta 19 taxi via Echo Papa Tango.
Gate Delta 19 via Echo. Papa Tango Quant 690.
Jetstar 796, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, Jetstar 796. Have a good afternoon.
Welcome aboard. Welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. May I see your boarding pass? Good afternoon. Welcome aboard. Welcome. May I see your boarding pass? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome aboard.
Rex 3558, ramp Sierra 8 taxi via Foxtrot, Victor Juliet Sierra Whiskey Whiskey 2.
Ramp Sierra 8 via Foxtrot, Victor Juliet Sierra Whiskey Whiskey 2, Rex 3558.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. This is your captain, Tyson Monroe, speaking. We are
Velocity
pleased to have you with us
753,
today on
gate
Jetstar
Foxtrot
Flight
11,
524,
request pushback and
traveling
engine
from Melbourne
start.
to Sydney. Our dedicated crew member Ella and I are looking
Velocity
forward to making your journey
753,
comfortable
Melbourne
and
ground,
enjoyable.
pushback approved.
We are
Face
currently
west.
preparing for a timely departure from the gate, so please make yourselves
Pushback approved,
comfortable as we
face
ready
west,
the aircraft for
velocity
takeoff.
753.
Thank you for choosing Jetstar, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Crew for today's flight. As our Captain Tyson Monroe just mentioned, we are preparing for departure shortly. Please ensure that your carry-on items are safely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartments. For your safety, we kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt when seated and keep your seats and tray tables in their upright positions. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to ask me or one of my colleagues. Thank you for flying with Jetstar.
Kanga 1528, gate Bravo 29er, request pushback. Kanga 1528, Melbourne ground, pushback and
Good
engine
afternoon
start
once
approved.
again, ladies and
Face west.
gentlemen. As your captain, I would like to provide you with some additional
Pushback
information
approved,
about our
face west,
flight.
Kanga 1528.
Today's journey from Melbourne to Sydney will take approximately 1 hour under clear skies, with
Velocity
the temperature in
753,
Sydney currently a
taxi for
comfortable 18
departure.
degrees Celsius. We will be flying aboard an Airbus of 321, a modern aircraft
Velocity
known for its fuel
753,
efficiency and
runway
quiet
3 for
cabin
taxi via
environment,
Golf.
designed to make your
Alpha,
flight
Kilo.
experience more pleasant. En route, we will be
Runway
flying
3
over
for
notable
taxi
points,
via Golf.
including the picturesque
Alpha,
Port Phillip
Kilo,
Bay and the striking
velocity
Blue Mountains before
753.
our descent into Sydney. For your safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever seated and observe any illuminated signs. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the flight.
Jetstar 524 at gate Golf for 1 Alpha, request pushback and engine start.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine
Cabin
start
crew,
approved,
on
face
board and
west,
cross-check.
Jetstar 524.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for departure, we kindly ask for your full attention as we go over the safety features of this aircraft. Seatbelts should be fastened at this time, and all carry-on items must be stowed in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. In the event of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs to locate your nearest exit. Remember that your nearest exit may be behind you. In the unlikely event of a water landing, this aircraft is equipped with life vests located under your seat. To use, pull the vest out, slip it
Kanga
over your head, and
1528,
secure it with the
request
straps.
taxi.
Inflate your vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes on either
Kanga
side.
1528,
Do not
runway
inflate
3
your
for
vest
taxi
until
via
exiting the
Tango,
aircraft.
Quebec, Papa,
If
Alpha,
oxygen masks
Kilo.
are needed, they will drop automatically from the panel above.
Runway 3 for taxi via
Place the mask
Tango,
over your nose
Quebec,
and mouth,
Papa,
secure it with the
Alpha,
elastic band,
Kilo,
and breathe
Kanga
normally.
1528.
Assistance will be provided once everyone has their mask on. We appreciate your cooperation as we ensure your safety and comfort. Thank you.
Cabin crew, please dim the lights for takeoff.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Velocity
we will be doing the cabin
753,
lights
contact
detected.
Melbourne Tower
If you require
120.5,
additional light,
bye-bye.
please use the button above your seat to activate your reading light.
Contact Tower 120.5, velocity 753.
Velocity 1374 at gate Echo 5, request pushback.
Velocity 1374, Melbourne ground, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west, velocity 1374. Jetstar 528, gate Golf for 7, request pushback.
Jetstar 528, Melbourne ground, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Jetstar 528.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
Jetstar 213, gate Delta 1, Tree Alpha, request pushback.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne ground, pushback approved, face west.
Left is clear.
Pushback approved,
Right is clear.
face west, Jetstar 213.
Velocity 1374, request taxi.
Velocity 1374, runway tree 4 taxi via uniform, Alpha Kilo.
Runway tree 4 taxi via uniform, Alpha Kilo, velocity 1374.
Kanga 1528, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5, bye-bye. Over to Tower 1, 20.5, Kanga 1528.
Jetstar 213, request taxi.
Jetstar 213, runway tree for taxi via Tango, Alpha Kilo.
Runway tree for taxi via Tango, Alpha Kilo, Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 524, request taxi to the active.
Jetstar 524, runway tree for taxi via Yankee, Alpha Kilo.
Runway 3 for taxi via Yankee, Alpha, Kilo, Jetstar 524.
528, Melbourne ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Jetstar 528.
Velocity 1374, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, velocity 1374. Jetstar 528, ready to taxi to the active.
Jetstar 528, runway 34 taxi via Yankee Alpha Kilo.
Runway tree for taxi via Yankee, Alpha, Kilo, Jetstar 528.
Jetstar 524, contact Melbourne Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, Jetstar 524, have a good afternoon.
Approaching 3-4.
Jetstar 524, holding short, runway 34.
Jetstar 524, runway 34, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 34, Jetstar 524.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne Tower, wind 045 at 15, runway 34, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 34 cleared for takeoff, Jetstar 524.
On runway 34.
Velocity 1374, contact Melbourne departure 118.9er.
Contact Melbourne departure 118.9er, velocity 1374.
Jetstar 213, ready to go, runway 34.
Jetstar 213, runway 34, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 34. Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne Tower, wind 045 at 15, runway 34, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 34, cleared for takeoff. Jetstar 213.
Jetstar 524, contact Melbourne departure 118.9er.
Contact Melbourne departure 118.9er, Jetstar 524. Melbourne departure, Jetstar 524, 2,600 feet.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne departure. Good afternoon identified. Climb to flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180, Jetstar 524.
Kanga 1528, contact Melbourne Centre 12 or decimal 0. Have a good afternoon.
Contact Melbourne Centre 12 for decimal 0. Kanga 1528, have a good afternoon.
Melbourne departure, Jetstar 213, good afternoon, 1,400 feet.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne departure. Good afternoon, identified, climb to flight level 160.
Climb to flight level 160, Jetstar 213.
Melbourne departure, Jetstar 528, 1,200 feet.
Altitude of 37,000 feet. We kindly ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely
Jetstar
fastened to your
528,
safety.
Melbourne departure. Good afternoon, identified, climb to flight level 180.
Offering a variety of options to suit your preferences.
Climb to flight level 180,
You will be able to make your
Jetstar
selection as the
528.
crew passes through the cabin with the service card. For your convenience, you can find our menu in the seat pocket in front of you. Should you require any assistance during the service, please do not hesitate to let us know. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the service.
Jetstar 524, contact Melbourne Centre 124.0.
Centre on 12 for decimal 0, Jetstar 524. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 524, good afternoon through flight level 156 for flight level 180.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne Centre, good afternoon, radar contact, climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Jetstar 524.
Tango 1528, contact Melbourne Centre 125.2. Contact Melbourne Centre 125.2, Tango 1528.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 528. Good afternoon, through flight level 152 for flight level 180.
Jetstar 528, Melbourne Centre identified. Climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Jetstar 528.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently climbing to our cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened at all times for your safety. Shortly, our cabin crew will begin serving a selection of paid snacks and refreshments. You can find our dining conveniently located in the seat pocket in front of you. Our crew will pass through the cabin with the service cart, and payment can be made by card or contactless methods. Should you require any assistance during the service, please do not hesitate to ask one of our team members. Thank you for your attention and cooperation.
Descend to 9,000 feet, Rex for 66.
Jetstar 524, contact Melbourne Centre 125.2, bye-bye.
Centre on 125.2, Jetstar 524. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 524, good afternoon, out of flight level 243 for flight level 370.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne Centre identified.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our in-flight service. Our selection of paid snacks and refreshments is available for purchase, and you can find the full menu in the seat pocket in front of you. We gladly accept both card and cash payments. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened while we serve you, and if you require any assistance, do not hesitate to ask one of our cabin crew members. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy your flight.
Melbourne Centre Jetstar 528 through flight level 244 for flight level 370 direct rivet.
Jetstar 528, Melbourne Centre, radar contact. Jetstar 476 out of flight level 246 for flight level 370, direct KSAT. Jetstar for 76 Melbourne Centre, radar contact.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 213, crossing flight level 154 for flight level 330.
Jetstar 213, Melbourne Centre identified.
Centre on 133.15, Jetstar 524. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 524, flight level 370.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne Centre identified.
119.5.
Centre on 119.5, Jetstar 524. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 524, flight level 370.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne Centre, radar contact. Jetstar 796, contact Melbourne Centre 126.0, bye-bye.
Contact Melbourne Centre 126.0, Jetstar 796.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We will be beginning our descent into Sydney in just a few moments. As it is early, air traffic around the airport is quite busy, but rest assured, our flight team will do their utmost to find the most efficient routing and get us on the ground as smoothly and promptly as possible. Please ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened and follow the instructions of the cabin crew. Thank you for flying with Jetstar.
Jetstar 524 approaching our top of descent, ready for lower.
Jetstar 524, Rivet 4, runway 34 left, descend to flight level 120.
Rivet 4, runway 34 left, descend to flight level 120, Jetstar 524.
Qantas 648 Heavy. Contact Melbourne Centre 129.8.
Contact Melbourne Centre 129.8, Qantas 648
Ladies and
heavy.
gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have now begun our descent into Sydney. The weather at our destination remains clear with a pleasant temperature of 18 degrees Celsius, so we anticipate a smooth approach without any significant delays. Our estimated time of arrival is approximately 20 minutes from now. Please ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened and follow the instructions of the cabin crew as we prepare for landing. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard from our captain, we are beginning our descent into Sydney. Please ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened and that your seat back and tray table are in their upright positions. In the next few minutes, we will be collecting any remaining service items from your seats. Thank you for your cooperation.
Contact Melbourne Centre 129.8, velocity 560.
Velocity 753. Contact Melbourne Centre 126.0.
Centre on 126.0, velocity 753.
Jetstar 524. Contact Melbourne Centre 129.8.
Centre on 129.8, Jetstar 524. Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 524 descending via Rivet 4, flight level 256.
Jetstar 524, Melbourne Centre, radar contact.
Cabin crew, please dim the lights for landing.
We will be dimming the lights for landing. Please use the reading light above your seat if you need additional light.
To 648 heavy, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1005, Qantas 648 heavy.
To 648 heavy, contact Sydney, approach 124.4.
Contact Sydney, approach 124.4, Quant 648 heavy.
Qantas 487, contact Melbourne Centre 118.8, have a good afternoon.
Contact Melbourne Centre 118.8, Qantas for 87.
Velocity 560, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1005, velocity 560.
Jetstar 524, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1005, Jetstar 524.
Velocity 560, contact Sydney, approach 12 for decimal 4.
Contact Sydney, approach 12 for decimal 4, velocity 560.
Jetstar 524, contact Sydney approach 124.4.
Contact Sydney approach 124.4, Jetstar 524. Sydney approach, Jetstar 524, 9,600 feet. We have November.
Jetstar 52 for Sydney approach, QNH 1005. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 3 for left.
QNH 1005, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 34 left, Jetstar 524.
Jetstar 524, descend to 7,000 feet.
Descend to 7,000 feet, Jetstar 524.
Qantas 648 heavy, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, Qantas 648 heavy.
Velocity 560, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, velocity 560.
Jetstar 524, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, Jetstar 524.
Qantas 648 heavy, turn left, heading 150, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 150, Qantas 648 heavy.
Qantas 648 heavy, turn left, heading 105.
Turn left, heading 105, Qantas 648 heavy.
Velocity 560, turn left, heading 140, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 140, velocity 560.
Jetstar 524, turn left, heading 130, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 130, Jetstar 524.
Velocity 560, turn left, heading 100.
Turn left, heading 100, velocity 560.
Qantas 648 heavy, 5 miles from Sausage, turn left, heading 035, maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 3 for left.
turn left, heading 035, 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 34 left, Quant, a 648 heavy.
Velocity 560, 5 miles from Sausage, turn left, heading 035, maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS runway 34 left.
Turn left, heading 035, 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 34 left, velocity 560.
Jetstar 524, turn left, heading 035.
Turn left heading 035, Jetstar 524.
Sydney approach, velocity 1420, 9,600 feet with the numbers.
Velocity 1420, Sydney approach, QNH 1005, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 34 left.
QNH 1005, expect radar vectors for ILS. Runway 34 left, velocity 1420.
Jetstar 524, 7 miles from Sausage, turn left, heading 345, maintain 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 34 left.
Turn left heading 345, 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS runway 34 left, Jetstar 524.
Qantas 549, turn left, heading 085.
Turn left heading 085, Qantas 549.
Velocity 1420, descend to 8,000 feet.
Descend to 8,000 feet, velocity 1420.
Velocity 560, contact Sydney Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, velocity 560. Have a good afternoon.
Qantas 648 heavy, contact Sydney Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, Qantas 648 heavy. Have a good afternoon.
Qantas 549, turn left, heading 015.
Turn left heading 015, Qantas 549.
Jetstar 524 established on final approach.
Jetstar 524, roger. Qantas 549, turn left, heading 350.
Turn left heading 350, Qantas 549.
Jetstar 524, contact Sydney Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5, Jetstar 524. Sydney Tower, Jetstar 524, ILS runway 34 left.
Jetstar 524, Sydney Tower, continue.
Roger, Jetstar 524.
Jetstar 524, wind 325 at 14, runway 34 left, clear to land.
Runway 34 left, clear to land, Jetstar 524.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Approaching 3-4 left.
All aircraft be advised, information Oscar now current QNH 1005.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. Pitch, pitch.
Jetstar 524, exit right at Bravo 9er.
Exit right at Bravo 9 at Jetstar 524.
126.5.
We would
Ground
like to apologize
126.5,
you again
Jetstar
for the
523.
delay. We hope that you have a pleasant flight, and we are looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Jetstar
Good evening,
524,
ladies
request
and
taxi to
gentlemen,
allocated
and
gate.
welcome to Sydney. The local time is 18:51,
Jetstar
and the
524.
temperature
Gate
outside is a
Foxtrot 5,
comfortable
taxi
18
via
degrees
Juliet Charlie.
Celsius with clear
Hold short
skies.
runway 07.
As we taxi to the gate, please remain seated with your
Gate
seatbelt
Foxtrot 5
fastened
via Juliet
until the
Charlie,
aircraft
hold short
has
runway
come to a
07,
complete
Jetstar
stop and the
524.
seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please take a
Jetstar
moment to ensure you
524,
have
waiting
all
to
your
cross
personal
07.
belongings with you before leaving the aircraft. On behalf of
Qatari
Jetstar,
898 for
Captain
heavy,
Tyson
contact Sydney
Monroe,
Tower
and the entire crew,
120.5.
I would like to thank you for choosing to fly with us
Contact
today.
Tower 120.5,
We hope you
Qatari
enjoyed your
898 for
flight
heavy.
and look forward to welcoming you aboard again soon.
Jetstar 524, cross runway 07 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Bravo Juliet Charlie Golf.
Approaching runways.
Cross runway 07 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Bravo Juliet Charlie Golf, Jetstar 524.
Qantas 549, gate Delta 10 taxi via Bravo 9er, Bravo 8 Charlie. Hold short runway 07.
Gate Delta 10 via Bravo 9er, Bravo 8, Charlie. Hold short runway 07, Qantas 549.
Qantas 549, cross runway 07 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie Golf.
Cross runway 07 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie Golf, Qantas 549.
FedEx 77 Heavy, request pushback and engine start.
FedEx 77 Heavy, Sydney ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback approved, face south, FedEx 77 Heavy.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
passenger's bus is coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the gate. The doors will be open shortly. Please ensure you collect all your personal belongings before you leave the aircraft. On behalf of Jetstar and the entire crew, we thank you for flying with us today. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to welcoming you aboard again soon.
FedEx 77 Heavy, taxi for departure.
FedEx 77 Heavy, runway 34 left, taxi via Alpha 1, Alpha 6.
Runway 34 left, taxi via Alpha 1, Alpha 6, FedEx 77 Heavy.
Passengers bus is coming.
Velocity 1420, gate Delta Tree for taxi via Bravo. 9er, Bravo, Bravo, 8, Charlie. Hold short, runway 07.
Gate Delta Tree 4 via Bravo 9er, Bravo, Bravo 8, Charlie. Hold short, runway 07, velocity 1420.
FedEx 77 Heavy, contact Sydney Tower 120.5. Have a good afternoon.
Contact Tower 120.5, FedEx 77 Heavy.
Velocity 1420, cross runway 07 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie, Golf.
Cross runway 07 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie. Golf, velocity 1420.
UPS 33 Heavy request pushback and engine start. UPS 33 Heavy, Sydney ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south. Pushback approved, face south, UPS 33 Heavy.